Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing amazing. My name is Maitri Shah. Today I'm going to share with you how I was able to score 8.5 in IELTS speaking test. Now IELTS speaking is same for general and academic, so it doesn't matter whatever exam you are trying to apply for. You can follow the tips, and I assure you, if you follow the tips, then you are going to score good marks in your IELTS speaking test. So before I start sharing with you the tips and tricks, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel and also hit the bell icon. And if you like my video, then do please share it with your friends and family members, and also do please make sure to like and comment my video. So now first talking about the IELTS speaking test format. The test is going to be of 11 to 14 minutes in which you will be having a direct conversation with the examiner. Before the exam, you might be sitting in a waiting area where your name will be called up, and then you are supposed to go and sit in the room. So first of all, the examiner will greet you, whatever time zone it might be. They might say something like good afternoon. In return, please make sure that you also greet them. Then they will ask you for your identification or ID card. So they will be saying something like, can I please have your identification, or can I please have your ID? Then in return, you have to give your ID card, maybe a passport or a driving license, whatever you have. But while you give them, make sure that you say something like sure, of course. Don't just give it to them, Try to initiate something like a conversation. Just say one word, sure or of course. Then there will be an introduction. The examiner will introduce themselves, and then they will ask your name. They might say something like, can you please tell me your full name? Now here, make sure that you say, my name is Maitri Manoj Shah, or my name is Maitri Shah. Don't just say Maitri Shah. Don't do that mistake. Try to say the full sentence. That way your confidence will be built. That way you will start having a conversation, and that way your stress level will reduce. And also to that, you can say that you can call me Maitri. So the answer would be, my name is Maitri Shah, you can call me Maitri. So this is the basic starting point of your IELTS listening test. Now the test will be divided into 3 sections. The first will be formal introduction that I just explained you. After that, you will be given a topic, and on that you will be given a minute to write it down, and then you have to speak on that topic continuous for 2 minutes. Now in that case, you don't have to actually see the time 2 minutes, but you have to make sure that you practice at your home that how much time do you have to speak, how many sentences do you have to speak. After that, the third section will be of conversation, which will be totally based on the topic given to you in section 2. So it is just 3 sections. First is formal introduction, where they will ask about what's your name, where are you from, what do you love the most. I'm going to cover the examples at the end, so make sure you watch this till the end. Second section, you'll be given a topic. You have to make sure that you point down points so that you can look it up and you can say whatever you want to in 2 minutes. And the third will be a conversation based on the topic given in section 2. Now here are my 12 important tips that I don't want you to miss, and that tips are really going to help you score good marks in your IELTS speaking test. Also, before my IELTS speaking test, I had 2 or 3 sessions of conversation with my husband. You can practice your IELTS speaking test with a friend, with a teacher, or anyone at your home. Make sure you do it once or twice at least. It should be good because that will help you build up your confidence, and that way you'll be able to answer well in the exam. So now starting with the first tip. The very first thing which according to me about IELTS speaking test is that we are very nervous. It is in our psychology, it is in our mind that we start stressing out a lot. We start doing this thing like, oh my god, I'm stressed. Before the exam, we feel certain kind of pressure. So before the exam, I want you to calm your mind. You have to just remind yourself that it is going to be a good conversation with a stranger. Of course, in the course of life, we do have conversations with strangers. Now here, you're supposed to think it in the same way. I know it is going to be a little bit hard, especially if you're not an English medium student, but still you have to remind yourself that it is just a conversation with a stranger. Try to calm your mind before the exam and do some couple of breathing exercises. I did that before my exam. I had done like 3 times deep breath because I was also scared. Second point, maintain posture. Sit straight. Don't be like this, or don't be like this, or don't do like this. Okay, I want you to sit straight, very straight. So that way your mind will not be wandering here and there. Third tip is that don't keep your hands under the table. Don't do that, because then you might start doing like this or like this. Your focus will not be good and you will start playing with your hands. So I want you to make sure that you put your hands on the table, and also this might help you in some hand movements while you're speaking. My fourth tip is that speak clearly and don't rush. Don't use complex words which you are not sure of. Try to be as normal as you can, and also don't use any kind of accent. They just want to see your normal English fluency. They don't want to see that how good American or Canadian accent is. They want to know your accent, simplest English accent. And also don't rush into words. Speak one word at a time. Go slow. Take your time, but also don't take long pauses. If you start rushing, then you will start feeling lost. So make sure that you speak clearly, slowly, and you don't rush, and you speak in your normal English language. Fifth, don't use slang. Never, never, never. Don't do that at all. This is going to give a false interpretation. Make sure that you use simple English as much as possible. Sixth, be polite. Of course, this is most important. Don't be harsh while giving answers. Don't start being aggressive. Be kind, be polite, be gentle, and be sweet. Seventh, say full sentences. Try explaining in detail. This is very important because they want to know that how long and how effective you can speak. So also I'm going to cover certain kind of examples of how sentences you should be using. So make sure you watch it till the end. Now, eighth, use simple sentences that can help you develop a good conversation. IELTS speaking test is all about building a conversation with an examiner. They want to see that if at all in future you move to a foreign country, then how will you develop a conversation with any unknown person in a company, or if you're coming for studies, then in college. So don't use hi-fi English words. Your vocab should be good. You should be using some kind of words. But of course, you are not supposed to use any words which you are not comfortable of. Like, try using words which are of course, because, and. Use certain words like that, but then don't use high vocabulary. Ninth, this is important. If at all, in any question, you are not able to think of any answer in the very next second, then you can use this sentence. You can tell the examiner that, please give me a moment to think. This way you will get a pause of around 7 to 8 seconds and you will be able to think and answer well. And this is allowed, you can say that. They are not going to eat you, 10th point is that your examiner might interrupt you if the conversation time exceeds, and which is okay. Don't get scared, especially in the topic in the section 2. Where you are supposed to speak for 2 minutes. Of course, you are not going to keep an eye on your watch or on the clock. But in that case, if the examiner interrupts you that, okay, your time is over, then don't get scared. This is because they have to make sure that they follow the time limit. And this is not going to deduct marks for you. But at least you have to make sure that in the section 2, you cover all the points that you have written down. And you try to complete it in 2 minutes. So that's why it is important to practice section 2 at home. Also in section 2, you will be given a question. In my case, my section 2 was very interesting. They had given me a topic which I love the most. The topic was, tell us something about your hobby. How have you tried achieving it? What are the changes you have made? And where do you think you are right now in terms of your hobby? So when they gave me that cue card, I made sure that I list out 5 points covering those questions. Like, I had written that my hobby is of content writing. How did I do that change? Then I wrote about how I stopped working into an IT industry and started working for content because that was my passion. Then how am I able to succeed? So in that I wrote about how I was able to find clients, and then in the last question I answered that as well. So make sure that you answer all the points that are given in the question, and you try to detail out as much as you can, because you're supposed to cover 2 minutes. If it exceeds 2 minutes, it's okay. The examiner might or might not interrupt. 11th point. In part 2, again, talk for full 2 minutes, and you make sure that you try to do it as a conversation only. Don't be nervous as if someone is taking your exam, because it is not like that. It is not a speech test or nothing like that. It is just a conversation. So consider it as if a stranger is asking you about your life, about what is your career, or about whatever topic it is. Just consider it as a normal conversation, but make sure that you cover 2 minutes. Now my last tip is about part 3. So in part 3, questions will be based on part 2. So make sure that you remember whatever you have covered the points. They are not going to see how accurate you are, but you should remember the topic at least, and whatever you have told, you should remember that. So part 3 questions will be based on part 2 topic. So these were my 12 points which I had used for my exam, and which you can definitely use no matter if you're appearing for academics or general, because IELTS speaking is going to be the same. So now let's go to the examples. So I had written these examples during my exam, so I'm going to share the same thing with you guys. Very first thing is that if they ask you in the first section, tell me about your hometown. Now either they might ask you like, where are you from? Tell me about your hometown, or anything related to place. Then you are supposed to say, I am from Surat. I have been living there for 10 years. It's a beautiful city with lots of exciting things to do. This is just an example. So my point is that whenever they ask you a question, try to use minimum 1 to 2 sentences. Don't just say point to point, okay? Make sure that you use 1 to 2 sentences, and this is all about first section. Because anyway, section 2 you are supposed to speak for 2 minutes. Section 3 will be a conversation, so you again have to speak longer. In the first section, there might be a general question like, what's the most interesting part of the city? So how you can answer? First, pick the same sentence like, the most interesting part for me is probably the beaches. There are quite a few beaches that attract a lot of tourists, and I love to go there sometimes for a stroll on the sand, because it helps me relax my mind. Here I use the word because. Then I again use the same sentence which was there in the question, but I made sure that I used 2 to 3 sentences, because note, examiner wants to see how well you can have a communication in English. Now say for example, if they ask you about your home or the place you live in right now. So for example, they can ask you, for me there was a question like, tell us something about your place where you stay. In that I mentioned that I live in a cozy 2-bedroom apartment which is on the suburb, and it is a beautiful place because there are many grocery outlets nearby. So try to speak longer, try to say something about the surrounding. Now if you are asked, who do you live with? So my answer was, I live with my husband. We have been together for 3 years. Next, how is your home decorated? What is your favorite room? So you can say, my home is decorated with so and so things. My favorite room is my cozy corner in the living room because it has a beautiful couch and there is a lot of sunlight coming through the window, and I enjoy reading books over there. You can say something like that. Now next would be, do you like living there? Yes, I do. I really love it actually. It's a cozy apartment with lots of shops and a beautiful garden nearby. You have to note that in all the questions I am using at least 2 to 3 sentences, and this is all about section 1. Section 1 will be a very friendly conversation, so take it lightly and don't stress. Do you work or are you a student? I work. Actually, I am a freelance content writer. So make sure that you say that yes, I work, or yes, I am a student, and what are you doing? Maybe if you're a student, then what course are you studying? If you're working, then what position are you working at? What do you do every day? Now this is a very general question, right? So you can say something like, I work from home. I usually have meetings every morning, and then I work on all my projects, and in between I cook my lunch and dinner. Now say for example, if you have the last question which I have written in my example as, what would you like to change about your job? It is not necessary that you have an answer for it, something like, yes, I want to change, but it will be good if you think of something and say something. So you can say that, well, if at all I could change something about my job, then it would be so and so thing. But anyway, I love working there. So right now also I like my job a lot. So I hope that you noted that in all the questions of section 1, this was section 1 questions, I have spoken 2 to 3 sentences. And as I told in my section 2, it was about hobby. So it was very interesting to talk on. In section 3, there were questions on topic 2 on my hobby only. So I was able to have a very good conversation. You might also have some other topic. It was very general conversation. There will be very general topics. But in all the questions, you have to make sure you speak 2 to 3 sentences, you calm your mind, you don't stress a lot, and you put your hands on the table. This is very important because I have seen that people put their hands under the table, and this thing creates stress because then you do like this. There might be, some people do have sweat in their hands when they are very much stressed or when they are under pressure. So you don't want to do anything by putting your hand under the table. Don't do that mistake. And also, make sure that you prepare your mind to think of this as a conversation with a stranger. I seriously feel that IELTS speaking is a lot about psychology. What do we feel in our mind? What are we thinking at that moment? How stressed we are? But that can be changed. If before the exam you have 1 or 2 practice sessions with anyone from your family or friends or a teacher, or if you remind yourself that I am not supposed to stress, it is just a friendly conversation. I hope that this video was useful for you. These are the exact tips that I have used in my exam and which you definitely can use because there is a good scope of scoring good marks in IELTS speaking test. I hope this was useful. I hope you could learn some good things. If you did like my video, then please make sure to like, comment, share and subscribe, and also do please stay tuned because in next week I am posting videos about IELTS writing task 1 and task 2 for general test. IELTS writing is different for general and academic, and I have only appeared for general, so I'm going to cover letter and essay in next videos. So please make sure that you subscribe to my channel, hit the bell icon, and also do please like, comment, share and subscribe, please. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was useful. Take care, stay blessed and work hard for your IELTS.